I heard a story about a woman who looked like she hadn't slept for days. Her shoulders slumped forward, her voice was tired, her eyes were glassy, and you could see the weight that she was carrying. She was talking to her mentor and she said, "I don't get it. I've done everything they told me to do. I've got the degree, I've worked long hours, I've played the game, and yet it feels like success keeps skipping me. Like I'm running and it just keeps going further away." As she's talking, her voice begins to crack. And the more she spoke, the mentor began to realize she wasn't just talking about money. No, she wasn't just talking about advancing in her career. She was really talking about something deeper, something many are too afraid to even say out loud. And it was the question of, does what I'm doing even matter? Or more importantly, does who I am even matter? And maybe you're there too. Maybe you've had nights where you lay in bed staring at the ceiling, wondering, why am I working so hard and still nothing? Why does it seem like others are accelerating and I'm still stuck in place? Why do I feel like success happens to them but skips over me? And if you've ever felt that frustration, that ache, that gnawing question, I want you to lean in, because I'm going to share with you what the mentor told her that day. Success isn't running from you, it's waiting for you to rise into the person that can carry it. Many live as if success is running away, chasing it like it's a finish line. We sprint like it's a prize at the end of a marathon. We tell ourselves, if I just work harder, if I just sacrifice more, if I grind longer, maybe I'll finally get there. And when there doesn't come, we feel discouraged. We blame ourselves and we start to think that we're behind. Have you ever felt like you're constantly sprinting and the finish line keeps moving? If so, you're not alone, but here's the twist. Success doesn't move away from you, it reveals you. It doesn't show up to reward effort, it shows up to test identity. Your desires are real. That vision you have for your life, it's real. That longing to be more, do more, create more, it's not random, it's not a mistake, and it's there for a reason. But here's the catch. If the person you're being today doesn't match the person you need to be tomorrow, there's a gap. And instead of rushing in, success hangs out at the edge of the gap. And it doesn't do so to punish you, rather to prepare you. It's not denying you, it's to develop you. Because success isn't just about getting what you want, it's about becoming the type of person that can sustain it when it shows up. I read a story of someone who dreamed of running a business. They talked about it for years. They finally took the leap, and to everyone's surprise, it exploded in the first year. Customers came rushing in, money was flowing, and we love when money flows. Opportunities left, right. And from the outside, it looked like a dream come true. But within 2 years, it collapsed completely. Why? Because the business grew faster than they did. They had the courage to start it, but not the discipline to sustain it. They were still living with old habits, still making decisions from old insecurities, still thinking like an employee instead of an owner. And the weight of what they built crushed them. And it wasn't that the dream was wrong, it was that who they were at the time couldn't hold it. And I want you to never forget this. You don't rise to the level of your dreams, you rise to the level of your development. So take a moment to consider, where in your life are you asking for successes that the current version of you couldn't sustain yet? Maybe you want a promotion, but the current you still avoids hard conversations. Maybe you want a new relationship, but the current you still holds on to old patterns of an unhealed relationship. Maybe you want financial overflow, but the current you still struggles with financial discipline. It isn't about shame, it's about alignment. Because contrary to popular belief, success doesn't reward hustle, success rewards readiness. Now on the other side, let's say there's a man who dreamed of owning his own company, but instead of rushing it, he spent years developing himself. He read every book he could find, surrounded himself with mentors, practiced financial discipline when no one was watching, trained his habits, his mindset, and his leadership. And when the opportunity came, it wasn't a flashy overnight success, but it was a steady, consistent growth. If we were to assess that man, we would find that because he had grown, the business grew with him. And he would be thriving not because his path was easy, not because luck favored him, but because who he was became strong enough to sustain what he built. And so our lesson is the difference isn't timing, it isn't luck, it's identity. So let's talk about how to close the identity gap. The first principle is vision. Success is drawn to clarity. Hear me. If you can't see it, you can't step into it. But vision isn't just about what you want to have, it's about who you want to become. So here's the shift. When you write the vision, don't just describe the outcome, describe the person. Ask yourself, okay, what habits will I carry? How will I think? How will I lead? How will I respond when setbacks hit? Because remember, success doesn't meet you at the level of your goals, it meets you at the level of your identity. The second principle is a growth mindset. Most people run from discomfort, and they consider obstacles as proof that they aren't ready. But those with a growth mindset know something different. They know that obstacles aren't punishment, they're training. A delay isn't denial, it's development. And what I love about a growth mindset is a growth mindset reframes the gap. It says, if I'm not there yet, it doesn't mean I'm behind, it means I'm being built. So here's your action step. For the next 7 days, I challenge you to grab your journal and start your morning writing some things. First, write your vision. Not just what you want, but who you want to become. After you write your vision, list your habits. And these are aligned habits. Daily actions that you will take that complement that identity. And number 3, name your gaps. The old habits, the fears, the excuses that you need to release. Every morning, read your vision out loud as if it's already true. Not silently or timidly, by the way. Speak boldly. Declare it. Because when you speak it, you'll start to believe it. And when you believe it, you start to live it. So let me remind you, success isn't running from you, it's waiting on you. It's waiting for you to rise into the person that can carry it. Not by chasing harder and not by building deeper. I want you to imagine something with me. There's a man standing at the edge of a wide river. On the other side is everything he's been dreaming of: opportunity, peace, impact, success. He can see it clearly and he wants it desperately. So he does what most would do. He jumps in, starts swimming with everything he's got. He kicks harder. He moves faster. He pushes himself until his muscles begin to ache. But halfway across, the current overtakes him. He gets pulled back to where he started, exhausted, discouraged, and feeling, maybe this ain't for me. He's sitting there defeated, but what he couldn't see from the shore was that a bridge was being built, piece by piece, for him to walk across. But the thing was, the bridge wasn't waiting on time, it was waiting on him. Every time he grew in discipline, another plank was laid. Every time he faced another fear, a beam was added. Every time he aligned his habits with his vision, another section was completed. And the moment he became the version of himself strong enough to cross it, the bridge was ready. Not a second early, not a second too late. That's what success is like. It is not running or hiding. It's being built in alignment with who you're becoming. So if you're watching me and you feel like you've been swimming and sinking, stop. Don't waste any more energy chasing currents you can't outswim. Build your bridge, because when you do, success won't be something you chase. It'll be something you walk into. This is part 1 of our Becoming series. So if you enjoyed that, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss part 2. And I want to hear from you. What's one quality that you need to strengthen in order to become the person success requires in your life? Drop it in the comments below. And always remember that growth is a journey. It's not a destination. I'm in it with you, and I'll see you on the next one.